Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, Relax with Bedtime Stories, where you can listen to the sound of my voice. And tonight, we're going to let it all go. The calendar, the to-do list, even that text that fried your last nerve, it's all on pause now. You're wrapped in warmth, surrounded by quiet, with a soft campfire crackling somewhere in the distance. You probably won't survive this without yawning 5 times. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you truly enjoy what I do here. Drop your city and time zone in the comments. Now, dim the lights. Maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together.
Your eyes are already heavier than you realized. That's the thing about rest. It sneaks up on you when you give it permission. And right now, you're doing exactly that. Let's begin by simply arriving where you are. Feel the shape of your body in bed, not just the idea of it. Feel the actual contact points, the way the mattress gently presses back against your heels, the softness around your hips, the stillness cradling your shoulders. Even the pillow holding your head, like it was made just for tonight. No rush, no performance, just being here. Let your attention drift slowly down, like honey sliding over a warm spoon. Start with your forehead. You don't need it right now. Soften it. Unclench your eyebrows, loosen your jaw, maybe even open your mouth slightly, just enough to look slightly confused in a cute way. That's the face of someone letting go. Your neck, let it melt into the pillow. Your shoulders, they've been auditioning for the role of Atlas again, haven't they? Carrying the weight of the world. Let them drop. No callbacks today. They didn't get the part. Arms, wrists, fingers. Let them rest as if they're underwater, weightless, suspended, done. Your chest rises. Your chest falls, without effort, without anything needing to be fixed. With every breath, you invite in softness and breathe out static. Now your stomach, let that go too. It doesn't need to be tight or sucked in or anything at all. This is a no sucking in zone. Let it expand, let it puff, let it be loved just as it is. Your lower back relaxed, your hips released, thighs melting, calves unwinding. Even your feet, yes, those reliable, tired little heroes are allowed to completely give up the day. The tension leaks out of them like warm sand slipping between your toes. And your toes, they've never looked more relaxed. Notice this stillness. It's not lazy. It's sacred. It's the state your body craves when the world stops asking it to do and just allows it to be. Let's take a breath together. Not a deep breath, just a real one. Inhale, wait for it, and exhale. That right there is your nervous system shifting gears. And just to help it along, let's add a little background charm. Imagine there's a soft campfire nearby, flickering gently, throwing light and warmth but no heat. You're not outside, you're in the best parts of memory and imagination. Maybe you've camped before, or maybe just watched someone else do it on YouTube while firmly rooted to your heated blanket and snacks. Either way, this is the cozy version. 0 mosquitoes, no rocks in your back, just you, wrapped in a blanket, staring into a fire that listens. As the crackle hums quietly, your mind starts to follow the flame's rhythm. It flickers. So do your thoughts. It fades and glows. So do your worries. You remember something odd. The ancient Greeks believed sleep was a gift from Hypnos, a minor god with wings sprouting from his temples. They pictured him drifting through the night, tapping people gently on the forehead to send them to dreamland. Historians still argue whether the wings were metaphorical or if Hypnos was just a fashion-forward Mothman. Either way, you wouldn't mind a little forehead tap right about now. Let's invite that energy in. You don't need to be good at meditating. You don't even need to focus. You're allowed to drift. In fact, that's kind of the whole point. And the body knows what to do once you let go of micromanaging it. Let's scan again, this time with warmth. Like you're wrapped in one of those electric blankets from the 70s that probably violated several fire codes, but wow, were they cozy. That heat spreads from your chest, radiating outward to your shoulders, down your arms, across your hips, through your legs, out to your fingers and toes. A gentle, glowy hum. Not heat, not light, just safe. As your body sinks, your mind doesn't need to analyze anything. You're not here to have revelations or breakthroughs or downloads from the universe. You're just here to exhale. And somewhere in the deep distance, your brain is finally lowering the blinds. You remember that Croc sunscreen moment I mentioned earlier? Oh right, I didn't, but let me tell you about it now. Turns out, ancient Egyptians may have used crocodile dung as a form of sunscreen/contraceptive. Why? Historians still argue. Honestly, a lot of ancient history feels like a chaotic Pinterest board, full of strong ideas, weak execution, and 0 SPF testing. The point? Even people thousands of years ago tried way too hard. You don't need to. You have your blankets, your bed, and your breath. You win. Now let's go a bit deeper. Your spine, picture it as a soft string of lights. The kind you hang on your patio to look like a person who has their life together. One by one, imagine the lights dimming. Starting from the top of your neck, click, 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 all the way down to your tailbone. With each click, Your nervous system whispers, "Thank you. The world has stopped requiring your attention." It's not that everything's solved. It's just that you don't have to solve it tonight. Let your thoughts be like clouds. Nope, scratch that. Clouds are too floaty. Let them be like feathers. No, too poetic. Let your thoughts be like expired coupons. You could hold on to them, but why? You're not failing by feeling scattered. You're succeeding by staying here. So, here's a quirky tidbit to anchor us in this softness. Did you know sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins? True story. Up to 40 minutes. Why? Because their metabolic rate is basically the equivalent of your brain on airplane mode. So tonight, you're the sloth. You're the slow miracle. You're not wasting time. You're reclaiming it. And now the body is quiet. The breath is low and steady. You're in a moment that belongs entirely to you. If a thought shows up, you don't need to fight it. Just smile at it like a toddler waving a foam sword. Nice try, buddy. And let it wobble away. You've done more than enough. Everything is soft. Everything is slowing. And you're not falling asleep. You're floating there, already halfway across the bridge into dreams. The fire's still burning, not wildly, just that kind of soft, friendly flicker, you know the one, where the logs glow like they've been waiting centuries just to warm your fingertips. There's a quiet pop now and then, like the fire itself is whispering stories from some ancient time before clocks and deadlines and endlessly refreshing news feeds. You're curled up next to it, not needing to go anywhere, not needing to do anything, just being. Maybe you've wrapped yourself in an oversized sweater that doesn't technically belong to you, but it does now. Or maybe you're swaddled in a blanket that smells faintly like lavender and something nostalgic, like your childhood couch before it became vintage. This is your campfire, your little glowing haven in the woods of your imagination. And the stars above, oh, they're doing the most. Scattered like sugar over velvet, glittering with that smug little shimmer of stars that know how beautiful they are, but pretend not to. Let your eyes drift upward, even if they're closed, especially if they're closed. You can almost feel the glow of those distant suns warming your cheeks. And if you listen, really listen, there's a silence here that's alive, not empty, not eerie, just full of space. This is the part where the overthinking starts to slow down. You know how your brain loves to play the greatest hits of anxiety right before bed. That song called "Why Did You Say That Thing in 5th Grade?" Yeah, not on tonight's playlist. Instead, you're remembering how it feels to simply be still. There's an old tale from the Sami people of the far north Lapland to be exact, about how the northern lights were the flickering fires of souls passed on, dancing across the sky in celebration, beautiful, mysterious, and comforting, like cosmic lullabies. Historians still debate whether the lights inspired spiritual beliefs or whether beliefs shaped how the lights were seen. But honestly, either way, the stars don't mind. They're up there redoing their thing while you're down here doing yours, unwinding. You lean in closer to the imagined fire. Feel that? The warmth doesn't just touch your skin, it begins to reach deeper into the places that have been clenched, holding on too tightly for too long. Your chest loosens again. Your back sighs into the earth below. Even your fingers spread slightly, like flower petals slowly blooming in sleep. Take a breath, slow, light, almost lazy. And on the exhale, imagine the smoke from the fire carrying away everything you don't need. Stress, gone. That awkward conversation from earlier, evaporated. The weird buzzing in your head about tomorrow's schedule, puff, up into the night sky, becoming nothing. There's a rhythm to it now, a campfire cadence. Your breath, the flames glow, the stillness between. It begins to feel like you've done this before. Maybe in a past life you were a traveler, a storyteller, someone who carried only a few items in a worn leather bag and knew the names of all the constellations. Someone who sat beside a fire exactly like this one, warming their hands and telling tales to the trees. Or maybe you just watched The Hobbit one too many times and think camping sounds romantic, even though your idea of roughing it involves a weak Wi-Fi signal. Either way, it works. Let yourself wander back, way, way back, to a time when bedtime didn't involve screens or white noise apps, when falling asleep meant curling into fur-lined blankets beside a fire with the low hum of wind through pine trees outside. Let your mind step into that memory. Not your memory, but a collective one. The fire crackles again. It's telling you something, though not in words. It speaks in warmth, in flickering light, in that gentle hush that only fire and wind know how to speak. And now, the ground beneath you feels more like earth, more solid, but in a grounding, supportive way, like it's holding you up, not weighing you down. You can smell the soft sweetness of cedar, hear a tiny owl somewhere in tea trees, hoo, like it's checking in. No big deal. Just making sure you're still here, still okay. You are. You're here, and you're okay. You remember something odd in medieval Europe. People used to sleep in 2 shifts. Seriously. They called it first sleep and second sleep. You'd go to bed, sleep a few hours, wake up around midnight, and then do quiet things like pray, write in your journal, maybe snack on some medieval trail mix, and then go back to sleep. It wasn't until modern industrial life demanded we be fully functional robots from 9 to 5 that we decided uninterrupted sleep was normal. So if you ever wake up in the middle of the night, congratulations, you're just being historically accurate. The point is, there's no wrong way to rest. You could drift for a bit, wake slightly, and drift again. That's natural. That's human. That's what your body knows how to do once you get out of its way. And here, by this imagined fire, your mind starts to feel simpler, not dull, just clear. 10 sound to the 2 nits off, to do, to 10 some phrase for the 2 nits and ard, 10 yules, 2 pyres, to maspiel bun, to maspiel in mind, 10 ewes, 10 ears, and maybe you'll come in to all, and share muz with stating face. You do listen to an anges, not believes, breeze through the informations, like someone wiped the fog off a window. You're not thinking in paragraphs anymore, just soft images, gentle feelings. You're pricking with your eyes, like someone wiped the fog off a window. Jung forever, your mind eye with soft wind, 10 yules. Thoughts drying, just slash, limb back in, reminding you of chores, of missed calls, of that embarrassing thing you said in 2017. Just give them a marshmallow and tell them to chill. You're not fixing anything tonight. You're not learning, producing, optimizing, or curating. You're just being, which, ironically, is the most productive thing your nervous system can do. And it knows it. It's settling, slowing, sliding into the rhythm of the dark. You feel a small shift, almost imperceptible. The moment when the fire becomes background, when the stars become soft blur, when your body becomes boundaryless and you begin to drift, not out of your body, not yet, but away from the tight, tangled thoughts of the day, into space, into calm, into something older than language and quieter than thought. The fire stays behind, burning gently, keeping watch over the you that is now entirely free to float into what comes next. You are lighter now, not just relaxed, unhooked, like someone finally unzipped the invisible backpack of stuff you didn't know you were carrying. And with every breath, you feel one more strap slip off. This is the beginning of something strange and gentle, your dream body waking up. Not a real body, not a ghost, just the part of you that floats, the part that's always been able to leave the chatter behind and wander someplace kinder. You don't have to try. You don't have to imagine hard. You just allow. It starts at the edge of your skin, a tingle like carbonation. You can feel the edges of you softening, fizzing, like static turning to silk, and then drift. Your body stays resting, safe and heavy in bed. But your dream body, it begins to hover, not flying, not spinning, just rising like mist from a still lake, silent, effortless. You lift upward by inches at first, then more, rising out of the physical world and into the dream field that's always been layered just above it. The quiet plane where sleep meets story, where healing happens wordlessly. Below, your body is peaceful, held, breathing in its own rhythm. But you, the dreaming you begin to glide. Your surroundings change without transition. One moment you're in the glow of the campfire. The next, you're drifting over soft hills bathed in starlight. The sky is a deep blue-black canvas brushed with silver clouds, slow and curling like ink in water. The ground sparkles beneath you, dewdrops on ancient grass, catching light in colors that don't quite exist in the waking world. You pass over rivers so still they reflect not just the moon, but memories. A lake shaped like a question mark, a tree bent like someone whispering a secret. Everything here feels like it was built with intention, but not by human hands. And as you float forward, you hear something, not a voice, more like a sensation behind your ears, a feeling that says, "You've been here before." Not in this life, maybe, but somewhere deep in this life, the weave of your soul. You start to notice tiny glowing orbs rising from the grass, like fireflies but slower, dreamier, each one containing a moment, a memory, a feeling. Some flicker with laughter, others hum with peace. One of them might even contain a forgotten version of you from a moment when you felt whole. You reach out, and without touching, one of them bursts gently like a dandelion in slow motion. And inside, you feel it, the sensation of being safe. Like a child in a blanket fort on a rainy day, hearing soup simmer in the kitchen. That deep, domestic comfort that says nothing bad is happening right now. Let that feeling sink into your dream body. Let it wrap around your chest like a scarf woven from the best days of your life. You continue drifting, and something begins to form in the distance. A bridge, but it's not made of wood or stone. It's woven from threads of memory and moonlight. It stretches across a canyon filled with shimmering fog. And here's the thing, it doesn't look safe. It sways slightly. Some threads glow brighter than others, but you step onto it because in dreams, trust is stronger than logic, and each step you take feels like forgiveness, not toward anyone else, toward yourself. Every step says, You didn't fail. You are trying. You are healing. Halfway across the bridge, the view opens. You see yourself, your real self, lying in bed, soft, safe, wrapped in sleep. You look peaceful, more peaceful than you thought possible. And suddenly you understand something deep. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are becoming. And your dream body smiles, not because it figured everything out, but because it doesn't need to. It just is. Here's your historical fact for tonight. Ancient Chinese medicine described the spirit that leaves the body during sleep as the Hun, one of the 5 spirits of the body. The Hun was said to travel and receive visions, returning with messages for the waking mind. Historians still debate whether this belief was literal or metaphorical, but what matters is this. People across time and culture have known that sleep is more than rest. It's a journey, a conversation, a healing. And right now, your Hun or soul, or whatever name you like, is journeying. Not far, not away, just deeper. You step off the bridge and onto land that feels dream solid. There's grass here, but it glows slightly underfoot, and the sky pulses gently like a breath. You hear bird song, but not birds you've ever seen. Their calls sound like notes from an instrument that hasn't been invented yet. And then you notice something else. Your body, your dream body, is glowing faintly. Not from outside light, but from healing, from letting go, from softness soaking in. The color, that's up to you. Maybe it's lavender. Maybe it's that golden shade you only see on the last evening of summer. Maybe it shifts every second. It doesn't matter. It's you, whole, quiet, and returning to yourself. A quirky dream fact? Sure. Some studies suggest that people who practice lucid dreaming are more likely to have higher problem-solving abilities and even increased creativity in waking life. So technically, by floating here, you're probably becoming more brilliant by the second. Well done, you. Let's not rush this part. Drift. Let the wind of this dreamland catch your breath and carry it farther out. Let yourself glide over sleepy fields, past slow waterfalls, over mountains that hum. And with every passing second, your dream body slows too. Not from tiredness, but because it's found what it was looking for. Stillness. A place within the dream where nothing demands attention, not even the dream itself. And when you look around, you see it, floating above you, then around you, a slow spiral of stars circling gently like a galaxy just for you. They turn with purpose, but no urgency, just graceful motion. And at the center, a soft space, a heart of calm. You let yourself fall into it. Not fall down, but fall inward, like diving into the center of peace. There's no sound here, not even music, just the hush of everything that was ever worried finally stopping. This is where your dream body rests, not sleeping, not floating, just being held in a spiral of timeless calm. Nothing hurts here, nothing pulls, nothing insists, and you remember, rest isn't something you earn, it's your birthright. So let it take you now. And if you wake tomorrow with a soft ache or an old worry, you'll know you have this place, always waiting, always yours. You're healing, even now, even here. You don't know how long you've been drifting, but now your dream body begins to feel the soft pull of a new destination. Not urgent, not abrupt, more like a gentle current steering you somewhere even deeper. Through the velvety dark, something glows on the horizon, a soft golden haze rising over the edges of a distant shape. You move toward it without moving at all. Closer now, you see it, an island, surrounded by calm waters that shimmer like melted stardust. The waves don't crash here, they sigh, like they've been exhaling for 1,000 years. The island itself is lush, covered in swaying trees with leaves that glow faintly in every shade of peace. Silvery greens, lavender blues, soft coral pinks that seem to brush the sky as they stretch upward. The grass underfoot looks like it would hum if you stepped on it. And this is the island of surrender. Not surrender in the I give up way, but in the I give in kind of way, the healthy kind, the kind where you finally stop swimming against the current of your own expectations and just let the water carry you home. Your feet, or the sensation of your dream body's feet, touch the shore. There's no shock, no sudden change, just a warm recognition, like the island already knows who you are. It's been waiting. You walk slowly through a grove of trees whose branches part for you, not dramatically, not magically, just in a friendly, this way please kind of manner. Every step brings a deeper softness. Every breath feels rounder, more generous, and then you find it, a meadow, wide open, surrounded by soft hills and glowing wildflowers that sway without wind. At the center, there's a large, flat stone, smooth and warm. It's not sacred, it's not ancient, it just feels kind. You sit, and something inside you begins to spill, not in words, not in pain, but like mist rising from stone after a summer rain. You're letting go without having to know what you're letting go of. You don't need to name every worry. You don't need to identify every cause of tension, because this island isn't interested in reasons. It's here for release. You rest your hands on your knees, palms up, and feel, yes, feel, a kind of energy moving through you, like light passing through clear water. And from somewhere beneath the stone, or within the air, Or maybe from inside you, you sense something ancient, something maternal, a presence, not a voice, but a knowing. It doesn't say, you are healed. It says, you are healing. A present tense truth, and you believe it, because everything here says the same thing. In flower, in breeze, in color, in quiet. You lie back onto the grass. It cradles you like a hammock woven from memories of safety. Your dream body stretches long and relaxed. For the first time in a long time, you feel like you belong exactly where you are. No upgrades needed, no self-improvement, no lists, no goals, just being. Here's something curious. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus believed that surrender wasn't weakness, but wisdom. To know with that is yours to control, and what isn't. To let go of what you cannot command. Historians still argue whether his sandals were comfortable, but his advice, unshakably solid. So here, on this island, you practice that kind of surrender. You drop things, not physically, energetically. You let fall the pressure to be on, the background hum of unfinished business, the self-scolding voice that's been narrating your life like a moody director's commentary. Gone, gone, gone. You are light now. And with that lightness comes a soft surprise, joy, tiny floating sparks of it, not the loud performative kind, just a quiet delight in the breeze, in your breath, in existing. You smile a little, and the grass beneath you glows a bit brighter. The island responds. And then, this part may sound strange, but you begin to dissolve. Not in a scary way, not in a disappearing way, in a remembering way. Like your dream body is becoming part of the island, like it's returning to a place it was never separate from. You are the roots. You are the breeze moving through both. And for a moment, there's no boundary at all. You are nature. You are night. You are now. You remember a weird fact you once heard? Octopuses have 3 hearts, and when they swim, one of those hearts actually stops beating. They literally have to pause a part of themselves to move forward. You get it now. Healing too sometimes means stopping something to begin again. And tonight, this is your pause. This island, it's not a dream. It's a layer of your mind that knows how to soothe itself when you let it. Knows how to mend and restore and hush. You lie there longer, maybe minutes, maybe hours. Time doesn't really have opinions here. You could stay forever, and in a way, you will. Because once you find this island, it never fully leaves you. You carry it back in the folds of your sleep, and when you wake, A part of you still smells like glowing grass and glowing stars. One last breath, long and warm. Inhale, hold, exhale. Now the island B begins to fade, not vanish, just blur. Like a dream you know you won't remember, but will somehow carry in your posture, in your smile, in the softness of how you treat yourself tomorrow. And your dream body rises again, not up, inward, toward the next destination, toward the place where the deepest healing waits. And now, everything slows, the breath, the mind, even the space around you. The temple fades into memory, but its peace stays with you, woven into your breath, embedded in your bones. There's nothing left to figure out, no image to hold, no thought to chase. You are here, cradled in stillness, blanketed in quiet, held by everything you've surrendered. The body beneath you is soft and heavy, melted into bed. The air is warm, the room is safe, and the night holds no expectations. You don't have to try, or track your thoughts, or do sleep. It's already happening. You are slipping into a deeper rhythm now, one that pulses beneath thought, beneath dreams, a tide that carries you further inward. Inhale, exhale. You've done so well. By resting, by softening, by simply letting yourself be, nothing else is needed. Let the silence widen. Let your breath stretch longer. Let this final exhale be the bridge into sleep. No more images, no more sounds, just space, just peace. And you, floating deeper, king, slower, held, safe, soft, gone.